Welcome to another episode of the Risk Takers Podcast, presented by H1M Enterprises. I'm your host, Harold Matos. This is a show where we feature esteemed business leaders that provide us insights into their business and their personal journey. Please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss a weekly dose of your motivation and inspiration. Today's risk taker is a seasoned hairstylist. She helps women look and feel their best. Whether you're looking for a quick trim or complete hair makeover, she's going to deliver stunning results. Please help me welcome Nakisha Camacho.
What's poppin', y'all? Nice to meet y'all, see y'all, feel y'all. We here. I'm excited.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
How you feeling mentally, spiritually, physically?
I'm good. It's season. It's Scorpio season on top of that. Everything's moving right now, and we got Christmas coming, so I'm super excited. It's my era. It's my time.
Okay.
How you feeling?
Scorpio season. Oh, I'm feeling grateful, man.
Good.
No complaints. Thank you. Okay. So Nakisha, tell us about yourself. Were you women in your family hairstylists back in Puerto Rico, or tell us how it all started?
So it all started, my aunt was a business owner in Puerto Rico in Morovis. She owned a barbershop / nail salon. So when I used to go out there for the summer, I was probably like 12, 13, I would hang out. She would do nails. She was sick at nail designs. And the whole other side was barber. I actually got the urge of wanting to be in a salon like that because of the barber industry. I didn't want to come in as a female stylist. I don't hang out with females like that. I'm all from a Camacho family, so I'm the only girl Camacho in the boxing family. So I hung out there for a little bit, and then later on, my uncle was also Carlos Dimas. He was named Hair by Carlos. He owned one of the hottest hair salons in Southwest Florida, and he was known for doing hair Olympics. So he won the bronze and the silver in the hair Olympics. And he was known for avant-garde hair. That's what I am now known for, is all my hair shows. I'm good behind the chair, but I'm nasty when it comes to fashion shows and working under pressure. So honestly, it just came from being around them, but in reality, it was because I had no other choice. It saved my life. I was a lot of trouble, becoming a felon and doing all the stuff I was doing with the wrong people. And when I got charged, I lost everything that I could do. And hair was the only thing that I was like, yeah, they can't judge me. I can have tattoos, I can have a background, I can be me. And honestly, it just took over. They're the ones that took me in. The universe took me where I needed to be, and it saved my life.
How long have you been in business now?
Oh, I've owned hair artistry for 9 years now. I've been a salon, a stylist for 11. So I started when I was 22. I was a baby when I first started, and I opened up hair artistry in 2017 officially.
Where's the address for hair? We're here now, but for the viewers.
We in downtown Cape Coral, baby. So we in the heart of Cape Coral. It's 909 Southeast 47th Terrace. We are right next to all the bars, the street life of Cape Coral, and it's a different vibe. And I love the fact that I was able to come as one of the youngest business owners on 47th Terrace. So it was a blessing to kind of get pushed out there. They couldn't take me serious at first, but when they saw the 3 years hit and I was still here, I was here to stay. There's no getting rid of Shmoney.
And you were here, with Hurricane Ian hitting. This is a flood zone?
It was. Not this right here, thank God, the way my arch is set up. The street sucks and the parking sucks in front of mine. But definitely Cape Coral Parkway was underwater during Ian. We had yachts in the middle of the parkway. But we went through everything that could damage my business at a very young age. And I was self-taught to be a business owner. I never went to school. So I went through COVID. I went through Ian. I went to Milton, Helene that just hit. We've hit every obstacle that could shut me down. But I come from nothing. I'm a survivor. I'm on survival mode 24/7. So it gives me some more hunger to know that I can make it through every obstacle. And we're still here. Baby, we ain't going nowhere at all.
That's awesome. Now, you mentioned you had some legal issues. Was that a pivotal moment that defined your career, or?
Actually, no. And it's weird. It's I guess you could say it was a point that put me in a direction of being a hairstylist. And it definitely put me in the industry. But the pivotal moment was working at a salon in Cape Coral on the other side of Cape. And I was probably only in the industry about 2 years. And I had the urge. I was hungry. I was young. I was a single mother. So I sat down with the salon owners, and they were young. They were sisters, well-known sisters out here. And I just looked at them and said, look, give me about 6 months. Let me build my brand, because I was from Fort Myers at Red Salon. I said, let me build my brand here, but I would love to franchise you. I'm well-known in Fort Myers, well-known in Lehigh. I will open up. You give me, I'll put 10, you put 10. We'll open up another shop, and I'll run it for you. And they laughed at me. They're like, girl, why don't you get about 3 more years under your belt before you think about being a hair owner, like a salon owner. And I was like, all right, bet. But to that, they didn't realize they just put some fire on me.
Yeah.
So probably about not even a month later, I took a lunch break. I went to Salonplex. I was eating some Cuban food, and I see this spot, and they're like, look, if you sign up, you get 4 weeks free. It's this much amount. It's about $12.50 for the month, so $250 a week. And I took a leap of faith. I didn't call nobody and I asked my mom for any advice. I was like, you know what? I think this is God talking to me. This is my time. And I signed a agreement for a year, and it was on and popping after that.
So you got, hair artistry, the women's salon, but you also own a barbershop, which is called...
It's called The Plug, baby. We here
Okay.
for everything. So one thing I wanted to do is elevate in different aspects of our industry. And one thing I saw that barbers were slacking on that we have is we have Cosmoprof, we have Sally's, we have True Star, but we didn't have a place that barbers can go and find a home where they don't have to wait for Amazon. They don't have to wait for the deliveries 2 or 3 days. And we all know Prime, we're paying Prime for no reason. So we opened up The Plug, and I made it a barbershop supply store mixed in with beauty, since it's right next to my hair salon. So it's right next door. Make sure you check them out. And my boyfriend is a barber. So one thing I learned in our industries, we have to invest in each other. If one person is here and the next person's here and they're still growing, there's gonna be some animosity, there's gonna be some jealousy, and it's happened to me in relationships. So instead, I was like, let me feed him, let me push him to where I'm at, because he balances me mentally. So we opened it together, and now Derek and my brother both working there as a barbershop at the same time. So we double dosing, got one of everything. We never say no to a client ever now in this area, and we're just different. It brings everybody around.
What keeps both businesses successful?
Never giving up, to be honest with you. Success comes from failure. It comes from doors being closed on you. I've learned a lot in this salon and hair artistry. It raised me as a kid. Like, I was 22, 23 when I officially got into the beauty industry, 24 when I opened this. And one thing I learned is that you're gonna go through obstacles. There's gonna be days that I wake up and I don't want to be here. There's gonna be days that I'm going through it with family and emotionally unstable, but this is my why. That takes me away is my meditation. So it's just never giving up and always having a plan. People forget about that. They don't have any goals in life. And I set a 1, 3, 5, and a 10-year goal when I was in hair school. This was my 10-year hair goal. I made it in 4 years. Then opening up that, it was just more hunger. It gave me something else to look forward to. I get bored as an entrepreneur. So it's always just jumping into the next thing and not being scared to fail.
Okay, and well, when you're getting ready to, take on a risk, no pun intended, because I know the show's called Risk Taker. All right, so maybe opening up a new business might not be a risk, but what about when you're getting weird hair requests? Are you scared to take on those, or is that
honestly,
a challenge?
It's a challenge. It's a good challenge. And if I don't know, you know what they say, fake it till you make it. I will go outside and YouTube that sucker. And I'm a visual learner. I will watch a video in 3 minutes and I will make it shake. But I'll be honest with them, look, you're not gonna get 100%. But let me throw a little twist of shmoney in there. And it always works out in my favor, but that's what being creative is. We use our left brain for a reason. Left side of the brain.
So you got hair artistry, you got The Plug next door. So obviously there's a lot of, you got a pretty big team. You guys got a pretty big team with both, businesses. What inspired you the most about your team?
What inspires me is that they want to keep pushing and they want to elevate. So they keep me on my toes 24/7. I have a very good variety of my staff. I'm very picky about what I brought in so they won't step on each other's toes. So I have my old educator. He's in the industry for 50 years. So he teaches me how to balance my life, and he kind of refocuses me. He should tighten up. You're gonna get burnt out. You're gonna do this. Then I have my younger staff that comes in that look up to me. So they keep me on my toes to keep pushing. What else can I give them? How can I teach them? They make me question myself. I feel like I'm back in hair school sometimes. So honestly, we motivate each other. And if it wasn't for them really wanting to learn more, I'd probably be stagnant.
That's cool. Yeah. All right, I know you say you got, of course, friends in the establishment, but you also got family members.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And do you ever struggle with this do you ever struggle with the friend/boss balance?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we all do. Because we're here more than we are at home. So I'm here more 80% than I am with my own family. We become family here. And that's what I'm really big on hair artistry, is being a big family. The Plug's the same way. But in my younger days, I struggled because I wanted to give everybody what I didn't have. So I put them as the same level as me. I would tell them like, look, this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna build together. We're gonna do this. But then they lost respect for me because they put me at the same level as them. They didn't realize that I'm still a boss. Like I'm still the one doing everything behind you. And there's certain things that I want from you. And I would take them out to eat. I would take them to drink. And then it breaks those barriers. It took me getting robbed a couple times from my own staff that I thought were my family and friends. That put me in a perspective like, no, like I have to remember there is a balance. You cannot take them out like that. You can't get on a personal level too much because there's no boundaries, and that's what they lost. So I've learned that through experience, and I've learned to give them a little bit, and I take a little bit back and forth. But it's still something I struggle with every day because I have a good heart, and I think a lot of our entrepreneurs do that. But now I realize why CEOs are the way they are. Why they're very direct. They don't do birthday parties. They don't do house parties. They do business meetings because of that reason. So I'm learning. It's all about trial and error.
Yeah.
But no, it's hard. I got suckered in a couple times.
I think it is important to be, like I said, assertive, but like I said, you don't want to be like what's the guy from Apple that passed away? Not Bill Gates, but you don't want to be like Steve Jobs, man, and he was kind of from what the movies, made him seem like he was an a-hole.
And I don't want to be a micromanager. And that's what I tell all my staff when I first hire them. Like, don't have me have to be on your butt 24/7. I don't want to babysit. And unfortunately, when I came into being an entrepreneur and a boss into that different caliber, I was a babysitter. No matter what, as much as you don't want to, you are. And I just tell them, like, do your part. If I have to question you too many times, I'm sorry. I'm at that point that I will let you go. My turnover is real. But I'm like that because it's either you're going to give me what I need and we're going to work off each other and build, or you're taking from me. And then you're taking my passion. And that's my issue. That's the problem. Like, we can't have that.
No, for sure. All right. So shifting the conversation to industry insights. How do you stay updated with the latest, hair trends and styles?
Social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. As people don't realize that we come as barbers or stylists, we're more than that. Now we're entrepreneurs behind the chairs as stylists. We are marketers. We're videographers. We're everything, networkers. And every morning, my first 30 minutes, Ivan Suarez is the one that actually taught me booms. He's my mentor since I was a kid, and I love him. He's a big brother, and he told me your first 30 minutes is the most important. So I wake up in the morning, and before even touching my phone, I listen to good motivational speeches, or I'm a real Motown type of girl, I like old school music. And then I'll get on social media for 15 minutes in the morning. And that's where I socially go and just look at hair videos, pictures, look at what people are talking about in the industry. Because there's something new every day. And our time frames are so different around the world that I can be on the internet at 4 in the morning and I'm learning how to do side sweep bangs. And now we have wolf cuts and we have all this stuff. So it's all about just staying intrigued into that social media platform, but also going to classes. I invest into myself every day. And even being in this industry for 11 years, being a master stylist, I have to learn every day. If not, I will get left behind. So I pay the money. I invest $3,500 to go to New York. I do LA Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, Miami. I learn from those experiences in-house because you can only learn so much over the TV and over the phone. So it's all about investments. I constantly push myself, and I make sure I do at least 3 classes a year, no matter what.
What's the most you probably put into yourself as far as investing in 1 year?
In 1 year, probably $150,000. I should have owned about 4 houses and 3 salons at this point. But running this shop, when I first opened it, everything I got, I put in. I still do half of the time. Now I'm learning to save better. You go through experience, you get into accounting, you look at the business portion of it, and now I'm like, shit, if I would have done this at 23, you know where I would be at? Like, I'd be a Bill Gates myself. With my mindset, be on Shark Tank. But no, I buy $150,000 in 1 year, and that's when I revamped the whole shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So obviously, your time is limited. You can only take on so many clients per day or even per week. So you're one of the only people that I noticed that you offer a service, but you also offer a product at the same time. So how did you come up with ideas to sell your own hair products? And can you talk to us about the products?
So I became a CEO of my own hair line called Head High CBD Oil about 6 years ago. The one thing of being a curly hair girl, or in general, this is the beautiful oil right here. It's very versatile too. It's so beautiful. So I created this about 7 years ago, and that was because I was using 5 or 6 products on one person's hair. And it got to the point that even me as a single mother and being in this industry, I was like, it's expensive. So I was like, what can I do to create one product that works, stimulates the scalp, helps the growth, all in one aspect? And I created CBD oil, and it took about 3 years for me to really formulate from scratch. And I looked at the benefits of growth, looked at the benefits of curly hair, but I'm not just a curly hair specialist because I'm known as Shmoney Curl. I work with men, women, Asians, whites, blacks, all the good little races. So I wanted something that was very lightweight. So it took me trial and error, but I created that, and it's my #1 seller. And I sell it in my shop. I sell it at the plug. So my first bottle ever, like shipped to England. That was it. I was like, oh, I'm in there. I'm ready. I'm going international. But I also have my shampoo, my conditioner, my leave-in that I haven't dropped yet. Because as an entrepreneur, we want to see trial and error. Let me see my revenue. Let me see how much I like really can invest into it, but make back. And once I knew it was A1, it sold itself. And I don't sell products. I talk about it. I put it in, and it's just what they use. And actually, my #1 person for telling this is men. And I created a hair and beard oil because I am the only girl Camacho in the family. I have my brother. And when my brother was coming into this industry as a barber, he's a boxer, #7 in the nation. And we come from a single family. My dad's in prison, my mom's a single mother, and I'm a single mother. And I created that, so every sell that we did, I invested into my brother so he can be able to travel and do boxing. And so he got big where he needed to be at. So it kind of just sold itself. And now it's on and popping, so stay tuned for all that extra new stuff that I'm coming out with.
So your brother is the first one to try most of your products, right?
So all the time.
So if one of the products leaves him with a big
baby,
old patch.
Yeah, he's the guinea pig. He is definitely the guinea pig. But it was a beard oil at first. And then I formulated it to do everything in the power of hair, from straightening to hydration to growth, disinfecting the beard, because women don't want to feel a rough face. They want to feel texture. This carries the most bacteria on a man's face that people don't realize it. It's almost like your fingernails. So if you're licking your man's face or kissing on him, you might as well suck his toes. That's how I feel about it. So you needed something to disinfect it. So he definitely was the guinea pig, and he sold the first 100 boxes in less than a month to his clients, just because he would use a dimer size of it, use it on their hair, and they're like, yo, I love this. Then when I got into the women, oh, it was on and popping after that. Now I got the husband, the women, the kids, all mixture together.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, so obviously we can find the products at your salons here in downtown Cape Coral, but where could they find it online?
You can also go to my website, shmoneycurl.com. It's on there. You can purchase it, and we do deliver internationally in the United States, everywhere you need to. You can also go to hairartistrysalon.biz, and you can purchase it from the hair salon website too, or just come straight in house and come chill with me.
All right, what can we expect from Nakisha herself for the future, for not just you individually, but just the business, you know?
Oh, you never know what to be expected from Shmoney, and that's what I love about it, because I am so versatile in the industry. I teach, I educate, I mentor, speak to the youth. I'm a salon owner and business owner, but I love fashion weeks. That is where my soul is, my happiness is. My passion is working under pressure and really just expanding my knowledge. So with the gala last year, I pushed 19 outfits all made out of hair. I wanted to show people that I can get out of the regular box of what they're used to. So my next move right now is, honestly, I am starting my own podcast. It's going to be called Shmoney Talk, which I've been on a lot of podcasts. So I've been on a lot of podcasts and hung out with a lot of people, and I have a good voice for it. I talk naturally. So I'm ready to really push and to show the new generation on how we can do it, because I can't cut hair behind the chair my rest of my life. So what else can I do? I can motivate you. I can teach you what the ins and outs. Don't be a crash dummy. But my biggest thing is that I am actually going international, and I am going to London next year, and I am doing the hair shows out there in the museum. So I'm excited to really push myself and get out of just Southwest Florida, because I have so much more to offer. And this is only the tipping stone of Shmoney that y'all have seen. The creativity is in my mind. You just never know what's going to happen. All right. So y'all have to stay tuned. I might surprise you.
In the future, which celebrity will you like to style?
Who would I like to style? Honestly, and I know this sounds, and I'm going to say it very humbly, working with New York Fashion Week in LA and Miami, I don't care to do.
A certain celebrity?
I don't care to do celebrities.
Okay.
I think it's dope to really get to know people on a different tip, but the celebrities I have worked with, I've learned that they forget where they come from. They don't appreciate the artistic styles of what I do and what I can do and I can push. So I probably have the most happiness doing a bum on the street and creating them and making them look refreshed and feel good about themselves and show them what that inner beauty is again, instead of going to do Jennifer Lopez hair or something. She ain't not gonna appreciate me. In reality, you got to really think about it like that. So I grew up being Hector Macho Camacho's niece. He was one of the best boxers in the world. That doesn't excite me no more. They are just regular people.
No, for sure. All right, where could they find you on social media?
Oh, you can find me everywhere, baby. Find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, on Shmoney Curls, SHH Money Curls. So you already know when you're hanging out with Shmoney, you making money. Find me on everything, and I follow back. I'm very like interaction with my people, no matter who they are, where they come from. I'm here.
All right. Before we let you go, what's one piece of advice you have for an aspiring risk taker?
Just never give up and bet on yourself, because one thing you can't do is you can bet on anybody else, but if you bet on yourself, you know you're not going to fail. And there's going to be doors that open, there's going to be doors that close, but know that God does everything for a reason. He closes one door to push you to the next. And it's really never giving up and invest into yourself. Because how do you expect myself or for you to invest in somebody if they're not investing into themselves? So that's the biggest thing I can say. Invest into yourself, motivate yourself, and really have a good tribe that you can fall back on, if it's family or friends, because they are the ones that keep me mentally sane. And that's what you need as an entrepreneur. It's a good balance. And God, baby, I'm still trying to find it. But my tribe does it for me.
All right, we want to thank Nakisha for her time, of course. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
That is a wrap for another episode of the Risk Takers podcast. Thank you.